Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Peas in a Podcast.
Welcome.
Yo. So today,
Yo.
let's
You wish to
just,
say yo.
I'm just going to start with what this topic is going to be about. Tusan, can you give me an abbreviation for this topic?
L-I.
Love Island. Baby. Okay,
Love
so
Island. Yes.
exactly. So today we'll be talking about Love Island. We'll be doing a recap of the Love Island USA season 7 of all the episodes that have come out so far. So if you're into reality TV, if you're into chaotic TV drama, this episode is for you. Even if you're not into it, I think this episode is a great one to just key in. We'll be talking about some things like, love bombing. We'll talk about some female friendships or the lack thereof. We'll talk about some interesting characters and characteristics and how people are just seen in the society and loved by society. So if you would like to listen, please keep listening. Or if you would like to tune into this conversation, please keep listening. And yeah, but before we get into that, how is your week going? What is on your screen time? What is on your headlines? Many things are on my headlines and screen time, but Tusan, what's going on?
Do you really want to know the truth, or should I be fake on here?
You can be in the middle.
So, truth. Fake. One truth and one fakeness.
Oh, okay.
Not the
I said
truth.
Truth.
I'm not going to lie to y'all. You are my family now, Peace in the Podcast family. I'm not doing well. I am not doing well. I know that you could look at me and you're like, wow, what a pretty face. Who would have known that I had just been crying for 2 hours before this?
God.
Anyway, we thank God that we don't look like our problems and we don't look like our hearts.
Praise God.
Because this week, this month, it's just been somehow, especially this week. This week has been really difficult. I don't know if it's my period, but I don't like to blame my period for anything anymore. The girl don't got that kind of capability to throw me off this much.
Okay, fair. Good
she doesn't have that kind of power.
Okay.
So it's not my period. I just feel a lot. I feel a lot. I have a lot of feelings, like overwhelming feelings that I want to shut off. And I just don't feel like I even have safe landing for all these feelings that I'm feeling. Like, not even just in anywhere, but also in myself. I'm just like, I hate all the feelings I'm feeling. I want to pack it. I want to throw it away. They're disgusting.
Not
me
one
right
good
now.
feeling? That's all I need to know.
The weather is nice.
Oh, okay. Well, we currently are having a mini heat wave, but
aside from the last couple of days, the weather has been
nice,
pleasurable. Pickleball was nice that we played.
Lovely. What a lovely day.
I went to Niagara. That was nice.
That seemed nice.
Yeah, that was nice. But it's just like good things are happening. I'm just today very, very overwhelmed by all the not so nice things that have happened to me this week and all the big feelings that I'm feeling today. I hope my eyes don't look red. Anyway, we shall never look like our problems.
Amen.
How are you, Moyo?
I think...
God, the girls are down. The girls are down.
At first I was like, what?
Not the sigh.
I was like, wait. No, I think I'm okay for the most part. I think this last 2 weeks, they've been really difficult emotionally. Literally the day after like pickleball, it's just been downhill from there. But I also think, happy things have happened in the moment. Like we celebrated one of our friends' birthday. I'm looking forward to a bunch of like exciting things this summer. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Like, life is really difficult, and I'm just going to say live life to the fullest if people can catch on to my advice. But live life to the fullest. You never know when the day is your last day. So not to be morbid, but yeah. Anyway, That's been life. But what has been on my headlines? Love Island. In all of
Before we even go
this,
into Love
but
Island, Moyo,
we're not going to see it yet. I'm not. I wasn't even going to go into
before
it.
they hold us and at handcuff, we made a promise to them.
Oh yeah, we said in our last episode we did talk about a teaser. We teased you and said we're going to talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. However, we're not doing that. However, comma, unfortunately, the guest who we planned to feature in this episode, because it was supposed to be sex and marriage. As
Yeah,
you can see, we are both spinsters.
we are both unmarried.
We're both unmarried people. We will not be, we don't like. What am I? If somebody asks me about wedding planning, I would give them.
I
I
have
will
nothing
cook
to
a
say to
goosey
you.
soup for them. Um, but yeah. So in terms of what that would look like. We're hoping to have that guest on in a later season. Hopefully the next season, probably in the fall. So maybe like
Yeah,
October, November. It's coming, okay? But we do
it's
apologize for
coming.
the or maybe even next year, early next year. Let's not make any promises. But it is going to be on the docket because it's something we're really looking
Yeah.
forward to recording. But yeah, that is thanks for the reminder, Tosan. But guys, let's just say because of that, this episode, you take it as you get it.
You take it as you
This
get it.
this is the most
This is off
unfiltered
the
we will
dome.
be.
This is the most
Oh,
unprepared. You know
and
what? Sometimes
technical
it's good.
difficulties. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started.
We were supposed to record this episode yesterday, and
Yeah.
computer refused to work.
Technology betrayed us.
And today we came back with fresh eyes,
And it's
and
even kind
technology
of
still betrayed us.
exactly. So typically if we
So,
don't have a guest, we would be in person.
yeah,
We life is lifing. So please,
it's really
as you can listen to this, show support. But other than all the things I've been on my headlines, other than Love Island is really sometimes the politics.
the
I'm
worst,
scared
and I don't
though.
even want to talk about it. I'm too depressed
It's
for
to bring me
that.
down.
I'm too depressed for
Whenever
that.
whenever you're
I'm
ready.
following up and I'm watching and I'm being informed. And I'm not saying don't want to talk about it because I do have the privilege
Privilege, yeah.
to remove myself. I'm being
Mm-hmm.
informed. Um, I will continue to advocate against genocide. I will continue to advocate against ethnic cleansing. I will
Hmm.
continue to advocate for peace and against war. With
It's
that being
actually
said,
like
I don't have more to say.
yeah. Me neither, dear. Me neither. But yeah, anyway, Love Island.
Love Island. Let's talk about Love Island. Moyo, this is your second
This is
Love
my
Island full
second.
season.
Yup, I'm not a Love Island girl.
Okay.
You guys know me as a Love is Blind girl. We've done a Love is
Mm-hmm.
Blind episode before. If you haven't listened to it, please do listen to it. And Tosan is
Yeah.
typically not a Love is Blind girl. But this Love Island, I watched the first or like season six, the
Six, yeah.
USA specifically,
Yeah.
because there's a big difference.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there
I
is.
watched that last summer with Tosan and her sister, and I was like, what's this rubbish? And then I saw the fight on TikTok, and I was like, this is
Which fight?
this
The
is
docket?
Cordell and Serena.
The
That
docket?
oh, I said I'm about to clock in. I'm clocking in. So yeah, it was really good. And since then, I even rewatched it after everything. After they had won, I
Yep.
said, let me start from the beginning. Let me start from the very beginning. So yeah, so I loved it, and I'm following every day 9 p.m. Me, Tosan, um, Annabelle, we even have some other people in the crew.
Yeah.
We all go on FaceTime. I think it's such a community, it's a bonding experience. What a lovely experience. But yeah, it is my first one. All that to say is it is my you've watched a couple, right? So you've watched
Yeah. I
UK
watch a lot of
franchise.
UK. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you say is different from like the US one? Would you say is any different with the accent is tough. That's what I would say.
One, the
with
accent
UK.
is rough, man. It takes a lot of like after
Do you
listening
mean
to
the UK
multiple
ones?
episodes. The UK.
Yeah,
When you
it's
start
really
hearing
it's
the
hard though.
Essex, the
It's not even
Irish,
it's the main it's all these places where you don't know. This is not London accent again.
Manchester, it's a lot.
It's too much. I say,
I'm just
whoa.
like, it's a you have to have a trained ear to be
Yeah, and
like,
I don't.
what are you saying?
Safe space.
What's your sis, please?
Even the receipts podcast, I love them down. But sometimes when they're talking, I said, I'm too ibidu. I'm too local for this. Anyway, but yeah, I'll
No.
just get to that.
The
But Love
UK,
Island
the
UK.
accent is strong. The US is more raunchy. Why are they kissing every 5 minutes?
Really? They don't do that in the UK ones.
No, they do, but it's just like it's a little.
It's more.
We got Saliva Hannah in
as-
this season.
Oh,
It's just like people are hunching and humping.
that
on
was
week 2.
crazy.
I'm like,
I said, ain't Chuck or
calm
Charlie?
down, lady.
Charlie just left the villa, babes, and you were just crying. Anyway,
It's just, I think I will say Americans are Americans.
what that mean?
I mean, Americans are Americans, so I think they have bigger personalities. Sometimes, I think that the UK, although there are big personalities in the UK, it's usually like, oh, there's one person that has a big personality.
Yeah.
Just Americans are like, oh, I will say what I want to say. I would like
Everybody
just, and it's a little bit more raunchy. I think that's the main thing. That
it does
comes
some of
to
the
mind.
challenges.
Like
That
why are we
milk
spitting into
one?
each other's mouth.
Why?
Last time it was chewing. You would chew and then spit, like chew it halfway and spit it.
Oh,
You
it's
watched
giving.
season 6.
Oh yeah. Oh,
was
sorry.
early
You
in
see,
season 6. It was
I
block it out.
Yeah, because ew, like ew. Especially this is not like you're dealing with the love of your life. This is you're dealing with 7 different people. Of course, you're going to get a cold sore. Of course, someone has herpes in on. Let me not speak.
There are things going on there. It's interesting. But yeah, so that's the major difference between the UK and the US. But I have grown to love the US since season 6. I was hoping that this season will give me not the same, I can't compare. But I was like, it will give me something similar to what season 6 gave me.
It's just so
let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. The originals. God. So the originals in the villa was we had Ace, we
Jeremiah,
had Nick, Jeremiah, we had
Taylor,
Austin, Taylor.
Yeah.
Were those the original 5?
Yeah, I think those are the original 5.
What are we missing? I feel like we're missing
anyone
somebody
else. Charlie. Oh, but Charlie.
No, Charlie was a bombshell.
Charlie was a bombshell?
Yeah, that he came in when they were blindfolded and they were kissing.
So yeah, with Amaya. Wait. Yeah. Not with Amaya, but yeah, he was a bombshell. Okay, I think that's it then.
Because I think Charlie came with like maybe Iris or something.
Okay,
or
so
Hannah.
Let's remove
one of them.
Definitely
but I think the OGs are like Ace, Nick, Austin,
Taylor,
Jeremiah, Taylor.
Okay.
Why do I feel like
and
I'm
then
missing somebody?
I feel like too the girlies we have
Olandria,
my queen. We have Shelly, Sierra,
the other Sierra,
Huda.
But Sierra was also a bombshell.
Oh, Sierra was a bombshell. My bad.
So Shelly,
we had Huda for sure.
Huda. Who are the other girls? See all these people on memory.
Bella hashtag A or something like Bella. Who we had Yulissa, Mrs. N-word,
Mrs. Give me really Florida babe.
Yeah.
So Yulissa.
I think that's it.
So it was Shelly, Olandria, Huda, Yulissa, Beldasha.
So just 5.
OG5. Yeah, that was OG5.
Yeah.
And then so Shelly had gone to couple up with Ace, but then Yulissa stole Ace from Shelly, but
and Ace and Shelly
like a thief in the night time, and they took Yulissa out by episode 2 where they found the M-word in that podcast that she was throwing around.
For context, Yulissa is not a black woman. She's
Hispanic.
Yeah, and she apparently she was using the N-word up and down on the internet.
No,
and people said,
and
what?
You can tell, not just on the internet, on a podcast, a long podcast.
Like, wow.
The way it was coming up from my mouth, it was not giving like, oops.
It
I
was like
did it again.
this is part
It
of
was
my
like,
vocab.
this
I
is
say
my
this on
vocab.
the
And the
so
walker in the night. Excuse me,
get
ma'am.
off. Your flight to
Get
Fiji is
off.
from Fiji. Go back to the United States. Go and do this rubbish
They
there.
sent her home immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That was that. Beldasha was with Nick.
Mm-hmm. And I was like,
Olandria was with
yeah.
Taylor. And
Uh-huh.
Huda was with
Sorry.
Jeremiah.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's also we also got to know that like Ace and Shelly had known each other before
From
from
past
like they
like
met at the
a year
club
ago, like a
and
couple
they
yeah.
talked and like distance did not work.
Yep.
What dynamic do you want to start with first?
Let's start with I'm so sorry, let's just start with the big boys. Jeremiah and Huda. Let's go there.
That entire relationship
Let's
was a
start
roller
there.
coaster that I wanted to be off. I needed some, even if they could remove me from the top of the roller coaster, let me jump down. I
No.
wanted to jump off the train. Somebody get me out of here and get these people off my screen. The whole relationship was so tumultuous.
Okay, let's ask the audience a question. If you're watching Love
Okay.
Island, and if we put this on like Instagram or whatever, please let us know in the comments. Let us know as you're listening to this on Spotify, whatever. Who
Yeah.
do you think who was the love bomber here? Because I've heard different things. Was it Huda or Jeremiah that was the love bomber? Who love bomb who? Did both of them love bomb each other? Was it Huda? Was it Jeremiah? Please let us know. But Tosam, would you like to explain why I'm even asking that question to begin with?
So Huda and Jeremiah start out their relationship. They're both very attracted to each other. I do think that the love bombing was both ways. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I think the love bombing was both ways because one, I think Jeremiah set a tone in the beginning when they had that kissing challenge. Just in the recoupling, you've just met this girl 2 seconds ago, and he chose not to kiss Ulissa. Well, thank God he didn't kiss that nigga girl. But he chose not to kiss Ulissa, the girl that says the N word. He doesn't know this obviously because he was like, out of respect for the person. Okay, like why you're giving false loyalty that is not there. You're giving, oh no, I'm locked in now. Like this is my girl. I get it. You said like, oh, I don't want to be disrespectful, but you don't know these people. Everybody's
Fair.
kissing. You set this tone that no, I'm committed to you. I don't want to have it. So that's the first.
And I think that was a dumb thing to do
very dumb.
by Jeremiah. I'm sorry,
Very,
we all just
very,
came.
very dumb.
Let's all be smushing. I wouldn't though, but yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's where the first love bombing starts. I think there were also other times where he shows signs of like, this is a little because during another kissing challenge, he kept being upset. Like, did you stand up? Did you stand up? And Jeremiah's biggest hater is Ace. I know Jeremiah felt
To a
so insecure
core.
because Ace now did that sneaky thing where he was like, well, it was not this person and this person. So then there were two people who kissed me. Who knows? Even though he was the one that stood up to go and kiss Huda.
Yeah.
But Jeremiah was already showing signs of like being possessive and like just like being upset that she might kiss somebody. And this is so early stages. Like I'm telling you, they've only been here for like 48 to max 72 hours. So I think those kind of reactions are giving, I am more invested in this than it is. And that's is kind of love bombing.
Okay, I disagree. I think sorry, I truly do not like Huda. I don't like her behavior. Get her off my screen right now. She's still on our screen.
That does not excuse Huda's behavior. I'm saying love bombing
but
in
I
general.
think in love bombing to answer my question, I really think it was really Huda 100%. In fact, maybe 98%, because I feel like when he did the whole like, oh, I don't want to kiss anybody. I think Bella also did, even if she wasn't at that point, she wasn't like not kissing anybody. She wasn't like coupled up with anybody, but I think people had different reactions to the whole kissing thing in the beginning. Like she just pecked everybody or she didn't even kiss anyone.
But the difference was Bella's kissing, not kissing anybody, was because of her own values. Jeremiah was trying to let Huda know that I am committed to you and I will not be disrespecting you and kissing other people. Not
but then I
because
think
of his
it was
own values to like him not wanting to kiss.
But I think that was like, even in the challenges, like I think in the moment it was just like, no, like he was also not, when was it Amaya who first came into the the villa and she was kissing him a lot when she came as a bombshell, but
Yeah.
he wasn't really giving her anything. I feel like that's something that Huda, I feel like Huda was also crashing out. But anyway, sorry, I feel like I'm going off tangent here. But I feel in the beginning when he did that, I think it was a stupid thing to do of just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to kiss anybody, to just show this new girl that I just met that I actually want to stay coupled with her.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't think he did anything to give me signs of love bombing. Again, I
Are
don't
you
know.
forgetting though that even the other islanders were Olandria and all of them were mentioning to Huda like this is a little concerning that he's being this possessive this early. I think he set the tone for that though.
But then I feel like that was based off of what she was telling them. She was telling them that, yeah, that, oh yeah, he said we're going to move in together. But he never
No, Moyo,
actually said those words.
this all happened after. I'm talking about the first two episodes. Jeremiah set the tone of like, I don't feel comfortable with you kissing other people. I'm talking about the first two episodes. All this happens episodes
Maybe I gotta
4, 5
rewatch
down.
it because
Yeah,
in
all
my
this
head, I feel like he didn't set that like notion because when the whole like Ace and I feel like Ace was really just jealous because he wanted to go for Huda, but he was upset that they were trying to like close things off so quickly and be coupled
all
up.
this I agree. I'm just talking about in regards to love bombing. The first two episodes, Jeremiah set the tone of how this relationship was going to go. He already said in the beginning, like, oh, I'm not going to kiss anybody because I respect you. And it's giving false loyalty. One. The second episode was the kissing challenge where Charlie came in. Literally episode 2. At this time, Huda has not just started to show any grace yet. They were all sitting on the chair blindfolded. This is when Ace went to go kiss Huda. And then after the whole kissing challenge, you could see him. He was squeezing, like when we were watching it, we were like, why is Jeremiah almost squeezing his fist like this? And then he whispered to her, did you stand up? And she was like, no, I didn't. And she's like, are you sure? And like that energy was just giving like, okay, like I'm angry. And then so he goes to go have a conversation with Nick and Ace. And he was like, oh, I feel like Huda stood up. I don't know. And that's when Ace was like, well, I kissed 2 people. And then he
Yeah.
started panicking. And then he pulled Huda for a chat again, saying, are you sure you didn't stand up to kiss somebody? And he was just giving, you are not allowed to kiss somebody. Like, I'm so upset. And I feel like those first 2 episodes, and then Olandria mentioned to her, like, don't you find that that's a little possessive? Then this is where Huda's craze starts. Because once he was pointed out to her, she was like, you know what? I actually kind of like that he's kind of possessive. That was what she said in the dressing room when we were getting ready. She's like, oh, actually, I kind of like that.
Maybe I need to rewatch because in my head,
because I feel like a lot of people remember who that's Chris now,
but then
that they don't forget those first 2 episodes.
But also remember her saying things like, "Oh, love you," after the first chat, after like the second night, where she says
And
these
that's what I'm
things to
saying.
him. But that was not even. Was that after the possessiveness?
No. So that's what I was trying to say because when you asked the question, I said I think it was 2 ways. So I was just telling you how I think Jeremiah love bombed. I think he set that tone. Now I do think that. Because that's what I'm saying, because people are making it look like, oh, you saying Huda is 98% love bombing. I think Huda is a her crash out is out of their love bombing for each other. But Jeremiah said that first tone. And it was that first episode where he was like, oh, I don't want to kiss anybody, was now when Huda was not like, oh, love you. So I don't think it's 98 to Huda.
I still think, I think if we have to do, I don't think it's 50-50 still.
It might not be
because
50-50,
I think she did a lot of things to this man that like, and I'm not saying
yes,
because I just feel like
taking that away.
Yeah, but I just feel like
people are absolving Jeremiah of any responsibility at all, and he said that.
I think he has some.
He started to backtrack when he realized that this is getting toxic. He was like, "Oh, I think he didn't. I don't think he did any of these things. Although I think Huda is malicious. I don't think Jeremiah did any of these things intentionally. I think when he realized that, like, okay, this is a little a lot. He wanted to start backtracking, and the fact that he was trying to backtrack was not making Huda crash out more. But I think in the beginning, Jeremiah making that move and Jeremiah being possessive in that first game, I think triggered Huda's rubbish.
Again, in my head, I just feel like that's so crazy to be the truth. Like, if somebody makes me feel like, oh yeah, that's my babe off of the first time I'm meeting you, and I'm already supposed to now be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be, he's my man. I think that's
no, that's insane. I think that's
no, but that's the thing. Like in hindsight, I don't think I would blame the guy for saying rubbish. Like I would should initially just clock that out. But I do recognize that Huda is not, I don't think she's in a place where she can emotionally like
Yeah.
regulate herself or even like clock that that is a red flag. But anyway, I think if anything, I don't think it's 50-50. I think if anything, Huda is probably like 90%, Jeremiah 10%. Maybe I also need to
In love
rewatch it.
bombing, I don't
I
think
really
it's
think so.
90-10%.
I
I
really,
disagree.
but in
But
my
that's
head, I
okay.
just don't think it's 50-50. But
I know I don't
yeah,
think it's 50-50, but I think to give Huda 90%. I have a lot of things to say about Huda outside of like
mhm.
in emotional manipulation, in lying. But I just think in love bombing, all I see is somebody who is quite very insecure and immediately was giving a sense of feeling like, oh, I'm committed to you. Not because he said it, just in his first couple actions was just giving like, oh no, we're locked in for each other and we like I'm here, I only have eyes for you. He said like, oh, I'm not interested in any other person here, blah blah blah. He said all those things. I think for somebody who has Chris, I can see how that can trigger her to feel like, oh, now that you're showing signs of not being committed is leading me to a crash out. I don't think she was love bombing too by saying like love you and all those things, and he never said love you back too. I just think to give Huda 90% of love bombing is
Because
actually quite unfair to her.
I'm
Because she
sorry,
has
I
a lot
just
of
feel
things that she's
like
100% for, but I don't think it's love bombing.
again, I don't know. Maybe it's also just like my feelings towards her because when
Yeah.
I'm looking at like definitions for love bombing and some of like the breakdowns, I see Huda fits in that narrative a lot more than Jeremiah. I think he did stupid things as a stupid boy, but I don't think he fits into the classification of what love bombing is when I try to read the definition or like the signs of people love bombing. But that's by the side. I feel like
What
I've
I do agree
given
with
them.
is I do think that one thing that Huda was championing is emotional manipulation. That one I think not just for her relationship with um Jeremiah, but I think with her relationship with everybody in the house, she was the one that
Yeah,
started that fake sisterhood thing. I think it's emotional manipulation, making the girls feel
she
like,
started the whole
oh,
term girl in the villa a
girl,
lot of the time.
girl,
Sorry.
making the girls feel like, yeah, if you step out of this,
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be Chucky. I'll
yeah.
haunt you. Like, oh gosh, sorry. And in my head, I'm like, okay, you guys had the opportunity to vote her out and you didn't. So what are you scared of once you voted somebody out? Are they going to come back to you like in the Fiji? Like, I did not understand that. Anyway, but Huda and Jeremiah, can
Can I
we
say
talk
one more
about?
thing?
Yeah, of course.
In regards to Huda and Jeremiah, I think the reason why when I was I don't know, I was talking to this about one of my coworkers today at work today. I think the reason why although I do not tolerate emotional manipulation, I think Huda needs to get, I don't know why she's still in this villa. I do like, I've seen a lot of people crash out in love. And I
Girl,
can, and so I do think that I do have some sympathy in the way people talk about Huda in general, just because I'm just like she has a lot of healing to do, but
mm-hmm.
I'm just like I understand the struggle of feeling like you really like somebody and then they were giving you a lot. Like Jeremiah, there are a lot of conversations that I watch back. I watch their clips and like Jeremiah could have been honest in a lot of these places, even though Huda was holding him in a chokehold. So I cannot tell to his own mental capacity to be able to
Mm-hmm.
navigate abuse. But there are a lot of places where I'm like, I just see somebody who is a broken person.
Yeah, no, the
Unfortunately,
first,
I see somebody who is a
yeah,
broken person. And I think
yeah,
that as a single mom, I see a lot of shame in her journey. Like, I do
yeah.
genuinely think that
She doesn't find it as a good thing to be a single mom. I
yeah,
don't think she
I see a
prides
lot of
herself
self
in it.
hate.
Mm-hmm.
I just see a lot of self hate. I see a lot of
But she's
wanting
seeking
men's
a lot of
validation.
validation. Yup, clock it. Mm-hmm.
Men's validation. She said, oh, which she was like, oh, I don't have a lot of friends. I was like, girl, who are you telling? We can't tell. We can't tell. Girl.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
The
Like
fact,
when
the fact that Jeremiah is home. Sorry, say what you're saying.
also, I was just gonna say, I was talking to a friend about this, saying like, I really just think Huda is a hurt person that is hurting other people, unfortunately, and is like crashing out. Like in my head, the initial crash out, I was like, she's just hurt. And every crash out after, I'm like, she's still just hurt. She just doesn't know how to control it anymore. But I also
Yeah.
think the truth, both of them can exist. You can be hurt and you can be a very mean wicked human being, because the things she did to Iris will be a better person than I will ever be. But
Oh, definitely.
I just do not understand the way she treated Iris and how Iris still voted that she stays in the villa, or how like
Definitely.
like, huh? Yo, what do you mean you are
The fact that
abusing
Iris did
me?
not grab a chunk of her hair is actually quite surprising.
That is crazy. But yeah, I
Very
agree that
crazy.
Huda is, trust me, I want to also raise up my hand and say I've crashed out in love. Okay. But I also think like people were also really scared to tell her that you are crashing out, you are not okay to have this conversation. So I would like to segue into how everybody kept like tiptoeing around her. Like she was really,
Oh, enabling.
they were
Enabling.
enabling her. They were so complacent. It took her like a big crash out before Sierra said, babes, you can't do this anymore. Like, and had a conversation with her. And I think she was really emotionally mature to have had that conversation with Huda, because there was nobody else that would have had that like Olandria could have had that conversation, in my opinion, because I feel like she's not one to mess with. But Olandria and Shelly, I feel like did not have it specifically because I think they are dark skinned black women who are not trying to like fit into that narrative of, yeah, this is the angry black woman. Because they've already called out Olandria as a mean girl, because Olandria was like, oh no, don't do this. Like when Huda was like, yo, I can't believe all you men stood up, blah, blah, blah. And her,
No,
that's
say
a
y'all are
Olandria.
not real men.
Yeah, y'all are not real men. Basically putting their like other women's men down, saying, oh, my man stood by me. And Olandria is like, it's been 24 hours. It's okay.
Relax.
Relax. We can take this late. And she started crying. Again, emotional abuse and just like making it
Emotional
seem
manipulation.
like manipulation. Like, and then so many people on the internet were like, oh my gosh, Olandria is a mean girl. Of course, that is always, I think when people are like in reality TV, I've noticed that a lot of black women and black men, but specifically black women, try not to fit into that narrative that everybody already has in their mind of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is the ratchet. Like if Huda was also a black woman doing all of this, they might have kicked her out of the
They would have
villa.
been
Not just they
petitioning
would have
for her to leave the villa.
exactly. They would have probably even woken like the productions would be like, oh, like people in production like, please, they don't like you, get out. Or like if a man did all the things Huda did, they would have given her a lot more like names and said that, yeah, this is a narcissist. Da, da, da. But because this girl is a Middle Eastern or just racially ambiguous woman, she's not catching as much straight. She has so much followers still.
Yep.
And people, and I get it, she's a single mom and I understand that. But for you to also weaponize your single motherhood and kind of like make this man not say things like, how would you tell anybody about our relationship? I'm so sorry.
Trying
If a
to
man said
isolate.
that, trying to isolate, if a man did that, everybody would lose it. So in my head, the fact that America voted has top four and indulging in her behavior saying is for good TV, I really absolutely do not subscribe and I need that off my TV. Sorry, I'm done with my Huda
But
rant.
I also don't think it's just America. I
Oh,
think the production. Oh, take it. Do you want a
sorry,
deep
I
breath?
just she's so
Deep
annoying.
breath.
Yes, I'm good.
I think production also like her.
They like the rubbish she's bringing. She's
They
bringing
like
in
the rubbish
views.
she
I'm not going
brings
to
in.
lie. But yeah,
Moving on from Huda, Jeremiah is out. Huda is still here. We still have to watch her every. We hope that she gets
oh,
out soon.
I really wanted to see German Andrina, but they
Andrina,
cut their story so short.
Ace and Shelly.
Essentially,
Ace as a human being.
he's menace. He's
See,
a menace.
you know when? Actually, I forgot I'm on the internet. I can't say.
Oh, you have to say this now.
I can't say this. I'm
You
like,
have to say it now.
it's the stout ones that are usually.
Oh God! I just knew it. I knew it. I know you too well. Wow, a moment for short kings.
It's just. It looks like they just pressed jealousy, anger into that human being.
Heavy
Just
on the
jealousy,
jealousy.
anger,
On the jealousy. That
over
one is
sabi.
no, but he's
One.
messy. He's messy, and that he's good for
One.
TV. I can't lie.
Hate a man who knows that he's very good looking
Yeah,
because that's the energy he gave from the beginning.
yeah, he knows.
Two, I think he's destroyed the Island story. Oduduwa almost caught me there.
It's
I
alright.
think
Catches me too. I say Olandria.
I think he destroyed the Love Island just storyline because he's the one that's not brought this narrative of you can't lock in
Yeah.
in 1 week. You can't lock in. I don't understand the point of Love Island is to find a connection. When you
Mm-hmm.
connect with that person, see
You
if you
lock
can
him,
test
baby.
the
Test it.
what's
Casa
the
Mord.
what's the
Huh?
stand the test of time. That's what
I said what?
I said test the stand. That's not it. Stand the test of time. That's what the point of it. You're locked in, and then you go into Kasama, and you can see if you can be broken up, and then you come back stronger, or you come back broken.
Mm-hmm.
He has created a narrative that if you are locked in, we will vote you out.
Yeah.
Or we will have a vendetta. The fact that the girls are now even voting out people saying, "Oh,
Who have
Hannah, we're
had-
voting out because she was
I
locked in
said
with one person." I'm like,
Shelly.
that is the point of being here.
Because now who is testing? Like, you might as well vote out yourself then, Shelly and Olandria.
Especially if there's nobody
And
in the
Sierra?
villa for me. If there's nobody that I'm attracted to in the villa, why would I be
Exactly.
trying to find connections
First-
before I'm attracted? When I have somebody I'm
Thank
attracted
you.
to.
And sorry to go back to Jeremiah, but he actually tested a lot more connections than Ace or even other people. He tried with
Yep.
Iris. He tried with Huda. Obviously, he saw that through. He went through a
saw
whole
it to the
traumatic
end.
relationship. And he also tested with Olandria.
And
3 people.
Andrina.
Sorry. And people were now saying, oh, he has already started with Huda. How? Because you did not get that bunda? If I get that bunda, I'm kissing her.
To be honest, Ace has only truly not the bunda. Actually, that bunda is actually quite
Crazy.
atrocious. That's what in the UK they'll say lengthy. She's lank. She's a lang.
I'm screaming.
That's what you call a lengthy.
No,
Man.
wow. I said, wow.
And Gina, I was just like, whoa. Even
And
Olandria,
Olandria, oh,
I'm no better than a man.
wow. At all. Babes
I'm
did
no
this
better
world.
than a man. Babes
I
did.
was, wow.
But yeah, Ace is just, I think he's destroyed the storyline of this thing. I think
Mhm.
he's the one person that he's been looking for connection up and down. Nobody wants him, and he keeps now falling back on this his one connection with Shelly. And I want better for Shelly.
I do. Oh, I hate
want better for
Ace for Shelly.
I hope this 6'6" Chris.
6'8".
6'8" Chris. I hope we're about to watch an episode tonight. And there's
The
a first
Casa
look
Mort.
of Shelly. There's
Shelly
a first look of Shelly crying. And I hope it's not because Ace is gone, because I want Shelly to walk back into that villa with Chris, and I want Ace to look up.
Look up! We're bad girls.
I want Ace to look up.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with being a short king.
No,
but
like
there's something wrong with being a menacing
an evil one.
and even one.
Oh, I almost said something so bad. So
I'm just shut up your mouth today.
Let me just.
I can see it in your eyes.
I say, let's move on.
No, Ace, Shelly, my beautiful queen. Sometimes she doesn't give as much as I want her to give, because I'm like,
yeah, like,
and it gives Shelly is attracted to white men because
because that Casa More. I said,
Austin
this
and
you,
that
Shelly?
Mothership. Nothing wrong.
Shelly, this you? My Haitian
wrong with
sister?
that.
No, nothing wrong. I'm just.
But the choice, Austin, the Trumpy,
the Trumpy.
the man with no personality. She's like, oh, me and Austin, we just have a good connection. I don't.
No, she was lying for
find
us.
the head,
I can't.
head and tail of that conversation that they have.
I don't even know how they start. Like, Jesus.
Jeez. Anyway, Olandria and Taylor.
This man does not like.
Do you see the silence I have?
That's how.
I don't
That's how
understand why
much
bad, good.
bad. Like these people will not be able to bag these women outside of the villa. Let's start there. Taylor cannot approach. Oh my God. I really don't like Taylor. I don't understand how he was in top 4. I'd be top 3 for men. Get him off my screen.
It's not even just like I don't like Taylor. I don't like that he's playing in our face. You're not attracted to Olandria.
Then just stop. He doesn't want to go home.
Don't forget the first couple episodes. The first couple episodes when he was talking to Ace and he was like, "Oh, I'm just struggling."
Yeah, that doesn't. Yes. Oh my gosh, how can I forget? Oh my gosh, And
then he has never once just looked at her and be like, "Oh, you're beautiful" and everything. He's gotten excited for Andrina. When Andrina came in, he wanted to And right now we're in Casa Amor and he's shining teeth like he has never shined his teeth before.
And it's crazy. He literally said, "Oh, like Coco is literally Olandria boy in a different body." Are you insane? Have you seen Olandria's body? It's just giving greed at this point. Like I really
It's
don't
not
grab
great.
it.
And
But they
I
said he's
hate
like a
men that are
Trumpy.
not obsessed about their women.
I just don't like when men are not truthful. You've had every opportunity to tell this woman, this is not this heel. I don't want, and I guess you want to win that 100K, and I hope you don't win. But like, leave the babe. Let her have other connections. Cause she's here saying, "Oh, I can see myself on a farm." He's never said. She's like, "Oh, I like pineapples." Like, "Oh, I hate pineapples." Okay, whatever. And you can see she's already say,
She was
"Oh,
in
this your apricots tree." Like,
she was in Casa Amor. It took her talking to another man in Casa Amor to find out that us to find out that Olandria is a daughter of a single mom. Because Taylor has never
it doesn't
asked
ask her
anything to
anything.
produce conversation.
Any tangible. And I love Michael. She's like, "Oh, she's a sapiosexual." She said, "I want my mind stimulated." Will she bring her tongue out in a challenge? She will.
Yes, she will.
Yes, she will. But she
She
can't.
sure
Dynamic
damn
babe.
will.
Don't don't play with her. So
She
I
will
was like,
start tongue first, but she also starts mind first.
what a babe. So I need Taylor to free my babe.
Free her,
Cause
please.
like it's
Let
just so
Olandria go.
somehow. On to the next.
No, before we leave
Nee. Oh,
Olandria,
sorry.
before we leave Olandria, Nick, I want to bring up Nick, but the obsession that people had with Nick and Olandria, I don't get it.
Okay, me neither. But at the same time, I'm like, I will
I
get
don't
it
get it.
if Taylor is not in the picture anymore. I think that's where I'm at. I'm like, if Taylor is not involved, I get it. Let's just give. And Nick is not Nick is a fine man to me.
Sorry. Like,
You don't see it?
oh, no, Nick is a good looking man.
Okay, sorry.
I just don't get the fetish of, I feel like it's a little fetishy.
For what? Like
Of-
Nick and Olandria?
Yeah.
In what way?
Something about it just seems like, oh my God, we're obsessed for this white man to be with this black woman. And like, I feel like people get very excited for that kind of dynamic.
The swirl? You don't like the swirl?
No, I love the swirl. As long as the swirl has, like, the swirl makes sense and the swirl has substance.
I just feel like in
I'm like,
their
no, because
challenges-
anybody that's this thing, aside from like just the, I would like to see them kiss and like that chemistry. People cannot tell me why Nick, knowing who Olandria is and who we have gone to know, how does Nick make sense? He's
Fair.
the most unstable, unserious.
That's true.
Him and Ace, very unstable Mrs. Mr. and Mrs.
Ringleader.
Explore. Alvin and the Chipmunk.
You know, I'm not closed off yet. I'm not.
Ed
Yeah.
and Eddie.
That's the one actually.
Connection and like revel and fetishize over the sexual connection.
I think a part of it is just like Nick shows excitement for her body, and or just like her physical appearance, which is not what she loves. But
Yeah,
we want
that's what
Taylor
I'm
to
looking for.
bring that. We want Taylor to just bring excitement, like just kiss her with a lot more passion. Don't give her pecks. Did you see the? Oh my god!
Even
I'm
if he
getting
doesn't want to
angry.
kiss her, even if he doesn't want to kiss her with passion, that's fine. Maybe Olandria is wanting to slow things down, but show genuine interest. I just need.
If they want to kiss me with passion, then don't peck me. Just don't. Just leave me alone.
Just-
Then give
It's
me a
not-
peck on
I'm
my
like- I'm
forehead. Sorry, I'm
every time people. No, but that's what I'm saying. Every time people talk about this Taylor thing, they talk about his kisses. But I'm like, that's not the only issue. He doesn't show any.
Oh yeah, it
interest.
doesn't show
Okay, let's-
genuine interest.
interest at all. At least
The
if you
new-
want to kiss, sure. Behave like you're interested in the girl.
Did you Casa girl say, "Oh, your last name fits"? Are you mad? Please,
Anyway, Nick.
Nick,
Mamacita.
Dominica,
Hey, Dominicana.
a mom of what?
A mom of a dog.
No, I'm a mother.
Mamacita Nick.
Mama,
Nick is actually quite hilarious.
he's funny and he's a nurse. So, your people?
I don't know where Nick wrote that his exam. I'm just kidding.
You're
I'm just
rude.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Nick the nurse. Nick is so interesting because he's kind of He's a playboy to the
from the
core.
very beginning, from Bella
He's a playboy.
and
He's here to kiss
Sierra.
around, sleep around, grab people's yards.
He gets so
That's what
excited.
he
That's
gets so
crazy. Like
excited about,
Name
just
get
as
code salt
grabbing.
too. It's just
Yeah. And I think we just have to take him for what it is. I feel bad that my Sierra
she's down
babe.
bad.
Sierra's actually, even though I know we don't want to body shame, and I will never body shame people.
But
But like the LA girls, can we do something about this lip thing? Can we like? She's
the
beautiful,
lips,
gorgeous, babe. It's just like all the lips on Love Island. I'm just like,
you don't like my lips? My
this is a
aesthetic?
this is a bad pandemic. This lip thing,
It's and
like, yo,
it's like a permanent pout. And these girls are
Vanna,
21. That Vanna girl
I'm
from
like,
Casamore,
and the fillers do be
21.
moving. Some of them is up in their, under their nose, their chin. I'm just like, girls,
Like grow up. Like stop it.
allow your body to settle first. Like,
Vanna
obviously,
said no.
if you want to do the plastic surgery, do it. I can never tell people know what to do with their body. It's just that sometimes it takes me off guard every time I see the variety of lips on Love Island.
You know the lips that are real though? My girls.
Olange.
Olandria and
Those
Shelly.
lips, I'm sure there's something in there too.
Even if there's something there, they look good. Sorry.
Yeah, they look good. I'm just like, y'all stop doing this duck pout lip, this
You
lip
don't like
flip.
the aesthetic?
It's a little harsh. But Sierra, beautiful babe. Actually,
Gorgeous.
such a
Her
great
outfit
conversationalist.
and a stylist. That's what she is.
A great conversationalist.
Mm-hmm. She's so easy
Like,
to like and to just get
and
along
to
with.
listen to and to talk to, and I just don't like that Nick is playing Nick
In her
playing
neat.
in her face.
In her face, yeah. After sorry. I was about
What?
after the humping that she did, Nick's
Let's talk
the
about
best
the humping
25
this-
seconds.
Let's talk about the humping
just
this
in Love
season.
Island,
and we're
if
only
you
in week 3.
guys,
Why are people hunching and humping like they're not national
No, I
television?
don't. Oh, I don't discriminate. However, there's a connection between when you give that coochie,
They leave you the next.
they leave you the next day on Love Island. If you are giving, if you are doing the do,
Yeah.
you will see the results of that
You
action.
see the result. The next day, it crashes and burns.
Three people now is done. So
Crash and
just
burn.
so you know, if you're going on Love Island, don't go and do the rubbish.
Yep. Because it's week
Don't do
3,
what
I'm
adults
like-
are doing.
And also, like, just seeing Hannah.
Hannah is not serious. Hannah is the Nick version, but she's gone now.
But it's just like, I'm like, stop hunching with people at week 3, because once you give them what they are looking for, they will run it either ways. But-
I agree.
I hope the girls don't regret it. Because sometimes I just wonder, and for Sierra, I know for specifically, like, I think I trust that from hearing her talk, I trust that, like, she's very, very emotionally aware.
Yeah, I think
But I'm just like, I worry that sometimes some people do it because they feel like
they want to keep
maybe
the man.
the man would, like, feel more connection after this.
That 30 seconds.
That's
Sorry.
25.
Now I'm talking now.
25.
Jesus, God, I beg.
Anyway, is there anything else we're missing? The
All
girls
the
are
other
in
people, I don't-
Casa.
Amaya Papa, Amaya
Oh,
Papaya.
I
Can
feel
we
like
talk
they're
ab-
just
They
they're
don't just
breaking my
like
girl's
her.
spirit.
Like, I really see her and Zach.
And
I'm
it started
sorry,
with that-
Olandria might gotta go.
It started with that
Mr. Menace.
menace.
He's so mean. Like, if
He
you
broke her
don't like
spirit.
someone, he picked her. That does it. Okay, can we talk about how Ace had the option to actually choose Amaya or Shelly? He fully
Picked
did not
Amaya.
like Amaya, and he picked her. Why?
Because
was
he
he
wanted
trying
Shelly
to
to
show
chase
off?
him.
Ah, God forbid, guys!
He
If
wanted
you're
Shelly to chase him.
don't chase anybody. I attract. That's
Eh?
what we go by. I don't
Shelly to
chase. I
chase him.
attract.
He didn't like Amaya, and the moment the the moment he had the chance to break her spirit and tell her, "Oh, don't call me
Mm-hmm.
babe, don't call me this. Oh, you do too much." Blah blah. Don't get me wrong. Amaya did have a little
No,
crash out, but she regarded herself,
she
and I'm proud
regarded.
of
No,
her.
she's a good. Like, look at her.
She's
No,
just
she's
a
asking
gorgeous.
everybody, "Is it bad if I call
What
you
if I
babe?"
call you
She's so.
babe?
Oh gosh, I hate Ace.
And nothing worse than being in a relationship that breaks you so much that you start to second guess yourself moving forward
Mm-hmm.
every time you interact with people.
Oh
We can all tell the babe is not like Huda, like love bombing Jeremiah
yeah.
babe. It's just giving like this is part of my vocabulary. I call everybody,
I
both
just
girls.
call you
Yeah.
babe. And you can
And
see she'll
do
find
I
that
feel
person. I hope
comfortable with
Zach
that?
is that person.
No,
No,
but I
don't
have
call
to
me
find out
babe. Oh.
myself.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, am I fine with that? That's fine. And you can just say, oh, like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with you doing it. This is not something I'm comfortable with. And don't pick me in the first place because
Exactly. Yeah, like
I
I
did
don't want
not call
physical
you babe for
touch.
I did not call you babe for the first time after the recoupling.
Exactly. And you now said you don't want to sleep beside her. You go all the way to the most uncomfortable place in the villa to go and sleep there. Now she's like, I have no come on. And she was so happy for you when you go with Shelly.
Yeah,
That
Amaya
is
deserves better.
she
Like
does.
somebody that just has pure joy. Like watching
She
her
just
exist in that villa.
she's just
She's a
so
rush sunshine, and people are
that they
trying
said
to
Hannah
dim her
is.
sun.
And I hope it doesn't work. She said,
Yeah.
Amaya papaya.
Amaya
She's so cute.
papaya.
But yeah, I think that's it with all the couples. Are
Yeah.
we missing anybody? Charlie
Even
is gone. Sorry
Everett
to
is gone.
him. Bella, she went on to the wrong show. Should have gone to Love is Blind. Which one is You're Not Kissing? You know the kind of rubbish show this is, where they are kissing and spitting in their mouth. Like, girl, who else? I think that's it.
We forgot you.
But the
Sorry
the
that you weren't
friendship.
memorable.
Uh, wow. I do want to quickly talk about that friendship. How do you think they could have approached it? The
With
the
friendship.
the girls doing, or people just not people being complacent
I think that
and enabling Huda's behavior. But yeah,
one, I don't want to say friendship because I don't think they are friends.
I don't think they
One.
are. I think Olandria and Shirley might be though.
I don't think that they are friends. So I think it just put it the fact I feel like the level of accountability that people were expecting people to hold Huda to, I expect that from close friendships where you are also not having to worry about how your reaction to somebody is going to affect your place in this game where you're trying to win money. So I like that this allows us to have the conversation about this friendship and everything. I just don't personally think that I can also still equate it to how people should address people in friendship because I think these people are not friends. I think these people know that they are being filmed. I think these people are Americans and
Yeah,
they know how Americans perceive people. And
yeah,
so I think that people were trying to not, especially because they don't know if America loved Huda, like she's a single
yeah.
mom. Like there's so many
Mm-hmm.
things. Like the story can go be like, oh, you're bullying a single mom. Like
Mm-hmm.
the story can go different. But these people are very hyper aware of the fact that other people are perceiving them. So I can
That's
understand why
true.
people are second guessing how they interact with situations. With that being said, I do think that this girl thing, I hate it die because
Same, and I do
I'm a girl's girl
the
to
core.
the core,
Mm-hmm.
but I am not an enabling girl's girl. Actually, I can enable some things.
Okay.
I have a boundary to my enablement.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing things that are not necessarily harmful to you or to other people,
Mm-hmm.
go girl.
Ew.
If you love it, I love it for you. But if I know that it is going to be harmful for you or you're hurting, like you're actually hurting other people, sorry, there's no girl's girl in that.
Mm.
There's just being a good person and telling people what that they're doing is wrong. Now you can say it with love, you don't have to say it in anger all the time. But I just
Yeah.
think that especially because of last season and how you had PPG and all these like friendships,
Yeah.
I
That
think
formed after.
I think that people are hyper aware of how girls interact with each other in these shows. And also society is very quick to call women catty, to call women
Yeah.
jealous and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So although I wish people would have called Huda out immediately, I also
Mm-hmm.
can't fault people for knowing that they're being perceived by a misogynistic society and a
Fair.
racist society to feel like they don't want to engage. Now, what I didn't like though is that if you're not going to engage, don't engage. The talking behind the back, the saying, "Oh, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted," but still
Yeah,
saving
like
her.
if she does this, I'm voting her out. Girl,
I'm
if you
like,
cannot say, but
if you
that's the
cannot
thing though.
say it,
That's what I appreciated about Sierra and is it Sarah? Yeah.
yeah,
She finally like she said it what she said at the
said it
back
to
is
her
what
face.
she said it to her face. So I really respected that. And again, this is reality TV. We don't know what is actually happening in real
Yeah.
life. We don't know, like you mentioned to Sam, that Huda had like her knuckles were a bit bloody. Is giving maybe she was punching things. We don't know. Maybe people were actually scared. But yeah, I don't know. I just think in real life, like please call out your friends. Like when
Yeah.
people can Huda stop calling women like the B
Bitches.
word
I
when
hate
she
it so
doesn't like
much.
them? I
I
think it
hate
was
it in real
very
life too.
yeah, so that okay, so my
Hate
thing
it.
is when I say it's maybe when I'm driving
You're road
or to
rage.
say some yeah, it's more of you have to be in the car with me. But don't be in the car with me. But yeah, like when I say it, it's never in like an endearing way. And I don't say it to women, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I say it to like things that I don't see. Or like now for a person driving, I can't say if they're a guy or a girl. And even if they're a guy, that even makes me say like make me feel more comfortable saying it. But anyway. Yeah, but I don't like the fact that whenever someone was coming to her man or to Jeremiah, she just would really
Call
try
people the
and
B
tear
word.
them down and call them the B word and try and like pit everyone against that person. She was really mean to Iris and Amaya, and I've come to close this chapter and say I don't like Huda. But yeah,
Very, very
thank you.
well.
I love Ariana though. Let me be
Oh, the
positive. The
Ariana
outfits are
Maddox.
it's in. If you know Ariana from our beginning Vanderpump days, Vanderpump Rule days, all I have to say is praise God for glow ups and for money. Cause she was beautiful
Yeah.
then, she's beautiful now, but like she was a waitress in one random show. Like so I'm very happy for her and her success. Anyway. But yeah, guys,
We will
we're
keep
now
watching.
we're now at like Casa More. When this
Yeah.
comes out on Saturday. Today is a
Yeah.
Tuesday. Many
We
things would
might be
have
at the end
happened.
of we might be at the end of
End of
Casamore.
Casa, yeah.
Casamore, is it 1 or 2 weeks? It might be only
I think
1
they
week.
said it's 1 week.
Yeah, so
But
we might be at
by
the end
that
of
time,
Casamore.
exactly, we'll finally know why Shelly looks like she's crying. Like,
Yeah.
so continue to tune in, guys. It's not too late to tune in. We're halfway through the season. Tune in
Yeah.
now. It's on, I don't know where it's on. For our
If
Canadian
you're
people,
watching in
it's on
Canada, we watch it on
Crave
CTV
or
and Crave.
CTV. And
And
if
then
you're
I
in
think
the
in the
US,
US is on
Peacock.
Peacock.
And then everywhere else, you might need to go on. What's that platform again? Twitch? No,
Daily
it's not
Motion.
Twitch. No, sorry, I was talking about the app where people
Which app?
Discord.
Discord
Sorry.
or Daily Motion. I think it's Twitch that a lot
Daily.
of people stream it.
Twitch,
A lot of
okay,
people
there we go.
stream it on Twitch, but also Daily Motion too is where sometimes some people can watch it.
But yeah, I think we've come to the end of this episode.
Yup.
Tisan, where can they find us?
You can find us everywhere. You can find us first listening to the episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Okay.
Don't forget that it's not just listening. The girls are really putting the work. You see that today I said I just cried before this episode.
Oh,
I have the
and you don't look
depressing day,
like
yet
you
I
don't look
still
like you did
showed
that.
up. So
Praise
why are you
God,
not showing
somebody.
up?
Wow.
Why are you not showing up and subscribing and following and leaving a review and sharing? Are you ace?
Hater? Oh, that's crazy. You don't
Are
want to be
you
called
ace?
ace, trust me.
If you're not my pure hater, please subscribe on Spotify. Or follow on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Please leave a review. That is really important.
Yes,
because
please.
I know you're listening, and I know sometimes you'll meet us in person and tell us, "Oh, I really like the podcast."
Mm-hmm.
The algorithm, they can't hear you. Tell me.
Yeah, I
Go and
can't
type it
like.
out.
Thank you.
Please type it out. Thank you very much. Please follow us on social media. That's where we're most active on Instagram. Peace in the pod. Let me finish it.
Podcast.tm on Instagram. Peace
Is
and
it dot?
podcast.tm _TM.
On Instagram.
My
TM
bad.
underscore.
It's going to be in the show notes is all I gotta say. Okay.
I think it's Peace in the Podcast _TM.
_TM, yes, on Instagram. And then on Twitter or X, it's peas in a pod _TM. On TikTok, it's peas in a dot podcast.
Yes.
See, if we have more followings, maybe we'll be able to have one name for everything, platform verified. But y'all need to listen. Thank you.
Yeah, and follow us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. We usually ask questions in the middle of the episode. When we ask those questions, wherever you are, just pause the episode and leave a response. That's really helpful. Again, not only ensuring us that you're listening and you're following along, but also ensuring the algorithm, because we are really, really trying to keep showing up, being consistent and grow. But we appreciate you for being here. We love y'all. We will see you on the next episode.
Love and light.
Peace out. Deuces. Ciao, ciao.
Mamacita.